Today, we are going to talk about the 8 foods that men must eat to get bigger chest muscles. What meats should you include in your diet? What options are there for a vegetarian? Which dairy products are great for building chest muscles? Stick around till the end and we will tell you all you need to know. So, you want to build your chest muscles and you've started your routine of push-ups, bench presses, and other upper body exercises. But that's not enough to get those blazing pecs. You need to supplement your workouts with the right kind of diet. What you need to keep in mind is that muscle building is an anabolic process and requires energy. So you need to look at not just your protein intake, but the number of calories available to your body. In order to build your chest, you will need the right amounts of proteins, carbs, fats, and other nutrients. Don't think of filling your diet with mass gainers or protein shakes just for better pecs. Instead, consider a balanced diet that is good for your body as a whole. Include all the healthy food groups and remove the junk. If we look at the way most successful bodybuilders eat, it is about selecting nutrient-dense food. So, we need to understand that when we choose the food we want to consume, we need adequate nutrition for every calorie gained. So, let's look at the 8 foods that men must eat to build a bigger chest. So the first item on our list is lean beef. Beef has traditionally been considered a great way to build muscles. It contains proteins, vitamins, and creatine. In addition, beef also has a good mixture of saturated fat and monounsaturated fats. Saturated fats tend to support testosterone levels, and monounsaturated fats helps to support good heart health. In case you get tired of eating beef, you could choose pork as an alternative. So pork has traditionally been associated with fat, but nice cuts of pork, like the tenderloin, are relatively lean, and they have high protein content vis-a-vis the number of calories being consumed. With both lean beef and pork, you can consider grilling, braising, or sautéing. All these methods work wonder on these meats. Next up, let's look at chicken. So chicken is everyone's go-to food when it comes to building muscles. It is no surprise considering that chicken is the complete package. It is a lean meat and has a good quantity of protein for every calorie. In addition, chicken is a good source of amino acids. Amino acids help to build muscle tissue. It also has nutrients like vitamin B12, choline, zinc, iron, and copper. Now everyone's cut of choice is the chicken breast. It is lean and chock full of protein. One advantage of chicken is that it is relatively cheap, easy to prepare, and easy to store. So you can buy a large pack of breasts, cook them in one go, and store them. Then, have it for lunch or dinner during the week. In the alternative, you can go to a supermarket and pick up a rotisserie chicken. So over here, you have a healthy, ready-to-eat meal that is just delicious and smells like heaven. Next up, let's talk about eggs. Eggs are another source of high-quality protein. Now, a large egg is said to contain around 80 calories, and it gives you around 6 to 7 grams of protein. It also contains leucine, which helps in building muscle. In addition, eggs have been linked to increases in metabolism. It also contains essential vitamins like vitamin A, B5, B12, and B2. The third food we are going to talk about is nuts. Nuts are a great source of proteins, healthy fats, carbs, and fiber. Nuts are a great way to supplement your protein intake without taking in too many carbs. They are also a great snack that can keep you powered throughout the day. The issue that we have with nuts is that we tend to overeat in one sitting. So ensure that you only have small portions. Next up, we are going to talk about a food that all serious bodybuilders swear by. It is cottage cheese. So this milk-based delight is a good source of proteins. It contains casein, which is a slow-digesting protein. Your body spends time breaking down this protein, and this ensures that there is a prolonged availability of amino acids in your bloodstream. In addition, cottage cheese contains probiotics or helpful bacteria. These probiotics consist of active and live cultures. These microorganisms are great for gut health and will help you break down all the foods you consume during the course of the day. Cottage cheese can also be considered as an alternative for the days you don't feel like eating meat but want to eat something on the simpler side. In fifth place, we are going to talk about chickpeas. So, chickpeas are a great source of proteins, minerals, and fiber. They are a great vegetarian option to have in hand and are a replacement for meat. Chickpeas have also been linked with improved digestion due to their high fiber content. Experts suggest that pairing chickpeas with whole grains like quinoa is an ideal combination for those looking to build muscle. Next up, we are going to look at lentils. Lentils are another slow-digesting food. As per research conducted recently, a serving of lentils contains around 20 grams of protein and 35 grams of carbs, so the protein-to-carb ratio is decent. Lentils have a major plus point when it comes to cost. They are some of the cheapest sources of protein. They are easy to store and cook. In addition, you can buy them in bulk and store them for a long period of time. You can consume lentils as a side dish or have them as a main dish along with carbs like brown rice or quinoa. The seventh food we will look at is salmon. So salmon, on average, contains 21 grams of protein for every 3 ounces. This makes it a perfect food to build muscles. In addition, the quality of protein in salmon is high. It has healthy long-chain omega-3 fats like EPA and DHA. These fatty acids increase the anabolic supply of amino acids. The problem with fish is that in many places around the world, fishes like salmon are seasonal. So one option is that you could take fish oil supplements that can act as a substitute when salmon is not available. In the alternative, you can check out other seafood like scallops and tuna. So scallops are lean meat, and they are rich in protein. One medium-sized scallop is said to contain around 17 grams of protein. They are considered to be a premium dish and are very tasty. The only issue with scallops is that you need a bit of skill to cook scallops well. But it is worth learning how to cook scallops. You don't need to make Gordon Ramsay-level scallops, but a half-decent plate itself will be mouthwatering. Otherwise, you can try out tuna. Tuna is on the opposite end of the scale when it comes to cooking difficulty. It even comes in cans that you can just plop over a flame and quickly cook. So tuna is again rich in protein, and it is a lean meat. It's a perfect food for those looking to pack some muscle. The eighth and last food we will look at is dairy products. First off, we should talk about an interesting dairy product called kefir. So kefir also has a good quantity of probiotics. These probiotics help in digestion and keep your gut healthy. This will allow you to extract all the nutrients from the protein-rich food that you are eating. People usually add kefir to their protein shakes instead of water. Another great dairy product is Greek yogurt. So Greek yogurt is not like your average yogurt or curd. It has high protein content and probiotics. It is also a good source of fats. The only issue with Greek yogurt is that a lot of store-bought varieties have high sugar content. Always check the sugar content before buying Greek yogurt. Alternatively, you can make it at home. So we have talked about the 8 foods that you must consume to build your chest. Among most of these foods, you would have noticed one factor we have kept on harping about: proteins, proteins, proteins. Well, that's not because it's a fun word to say aloud. But proteins are an essential nutrient for maintaining and building muscle. Now, since our aim is to build muscle mass, we need high quantities of protein. One great source of protein we haven't talked about is the humble protein shake. It is the cornerstone of every fitness enthusiast's diet. To support protein requirements when we are building muscle, protein shakes are the way to go. But that doesn't mean that you leave carbs on the side and avoid them. Carbs are essential for your body, and they are the best source of energy. In case your carbohydrate intake is too low, your body may then go behind the proteins and break them down. So ideally, you should be eating a good amount of carbs. Experts recommend that you get around 50% of your daily calories from carbs. So foods like whole grains, fruits, and vegetables should be part of your diet. Next up, we need to talk about fats. So one of the reasons why experts recommend that you need to consume an adequate amount of fats is that fats have been linked with increases in testosterone levels. And men need testosterone for muscle gains and strength gains. In addition, fats contain essential fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins. So you should look to include vegetable oils, nuts, seeds, fish like salmon, and avocados in your diet. Now, let's talk about bringing all these ideas together. So till now, we have been listing out various food groups and foods that are great for you. But that is helpful only to a certain extent. We tend to eat meals rather than just eating chicken tartare. In addition, our meals are part of the larger scheme of our lives, jobs, school, workouts, etc. What we need is a meal plan that includes all these ideas. Something that we can effortlessly follow week in and week out. So when you sit down before you go shopping, just think about all the meals you consume during the week and purchase accordingly. And that's a wrap, folks. So we have talked about the food that men should eat to build a bigger chest. What do you consume to maintain your chest muscles? Do you have a special diet on chest days? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.